Yeah.
What actually surprised me was last year and this year, the amount of people that said, "Oh, there's no AI," and then they would grab a card wherever I am to market and I
Really?
have cards, and I was like, "Yeah, it's all art, no AI." They're like, "Oh, no AI," and they instantly grab one, and I'm like, "Oh,
How interesting.
yeah." I had never thought of that, and like, I shouldn't say I haven't thought of that. I would have never thought that that would be the selling point
Right.
for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, it is. I'm Joshua Dahlin. I own Horror Depot. I run the Dark Arts Festival. This year it's going to be at the Rhode Island School of Design. It's got, almost 100 artists, filmmakers, and authors.
Mm-hmm.
Live entertainment outside, stage shows inside, drag show inside, and then an all abilities art class happening as well.
Part of why we're talking today is, of course, I'm doing a series of videos about the impact of AI and, more importantly, looking at the pitfalls of AI and computer generated this, that, and the other. And you have some very specific, you have a very specific outlook on where AI and computer generated stuff does or doesn't belong in the arts world that you're organizing. So what's that all about?
Yeah, so I work with real artists that either paint, draw, sculpt. We've had sculptors in the past, tiki makers, you name it. There's time and effort that goes into that. So to have somebody that types into a machine and the machine prints whatever it is, to me, that's not really art. And also to the person that sculpts, it's insulting that you can sell this for $1 because the materials were so cheap, whereas my sculpture that I worked 3 hours on, I have to sell at a minimum of $50.
Right.
That's not fair for the true artist. When the other guy says he's an artist, well, I came up with the prompt. Yeah, but you didn't make it. So the things that I sell here are handmade.
Right.
The jewelry's handmade, all the clothing is handmade, and I make sure of that. I try to vet every vendor. Now, I've outsourced this year, but the rule still is no AI artwork. I will not have it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's insulting to real artists to have somebody computer generate artwork and then sell it for the same price that somebody who worked 3 hours or 4 hours on a piece is going to sell their artwork for.
Right.
I think that steals money out of real artists' pocket. If you're going to go to a school like Rhode Island School of Design and get a degree in art, learn how to craft, learn your craft to the point where you're good enough to sell your art at a higher price or a premium price. It's absolutely ridiculous to me that you or I, who have no skills, can just print art and be like, make me a shark that jumps through hoops. Ta-da! I find that very insulting.
Mm-hmm.
Very insulting. I find it very insulting to the artist. I find it very insulting to the community. And I find it very insulting to a show that is an art show.
Right.
I will not have it at my show. And if I find out it's there, you will be asked to leave. Like if it does squeak through, which has been known to happen.
Right.
The first person that I hired to do my first Dark Arts Festival banner gave me an AI banner. And I was like unaware that this was an AI banner because he's a professional. He does logos and all kinds of things. He's a professional artist. And I was like, after I found out, I left it up there. It's if you look up on Facebook, it's still there. And I use that to anger myself because I'm like, I will never do that again.
Right.
I find it insulting that I run an art show and somebody gave me that and didn't tell me.
Right.
So, um, AI also, like, it's great if you need it in a pinch, right? Oh, I need something. Ta-da! I'm like, this is AI. I put it right on it. This is
Right.
AI.
Mm-hmm.
But I also hire real artists to do the artwork. This Dark Arts logo was done by Christine Rigo, who's a real artist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to disclose how much I paid her for this, but
Right.
she did this, and she also did my Dark Reads logo.
Right.
And she's a real artist. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe that that is who you should use if you're going to use
She
it.
put time and physical effort
Yes.
into creating a
Absolutely.
graphic that, that was human made. And,
Yep.
you
Yeah.
know,
So there's my stance on AI at the
Mhm.
shows. Said to me, "What do you sell?" And I said, "Nothing. I'm not an artist." And they were like, "Oh, well, you're the one that puts everything together, right?" And I said, "Yes." They're like, "You lay everybody out?" "Yes." "You pick all the people?" "Yes." "I vet everybody." And they're like, "That's an art."
Mhm.
And I had never thought of it that way. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow, I guess you're right."
Oh yeah. Mhm.
So I would much rather be doing this than telling a computer to do it for me. At the end of the
Well said.
day,
Mhm.
like, honest and truly, if you do it yourself, you have something that you can say, I did this.
Right.
If you tell a computer to do it and they do it, you're not learning anything, you're not experiencing anything, and you certainly aren't getting the satisfaction of having a completed thing that you personally.
Agreed. And of course, from all that we know now about the training that goes into these things, you're also borrowing or flat out stealing a lot of other people's work to get that little thing to spit out on your behalf.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that's a problem.
because real artists provided all of the references that these systems dig into, um, and almost all of those human beings, it's stolen material. They haven't been compensated for it. They haven't been given the opportunity to opt out. It's just they scoop stuff off of pirated websites or wherever they can latch onto it, and they feed it into their system. But of course, as people type in prompts, they are pulling back out other people's work unfairly. I have to say, it's just there's no other way around it. You are indirectly
Yeah.
you are stealing from other artists. You're not contributing uh, contributing your own heart and soul to to expression in the world.
Yeah, there's also a lot of things I wonder, like, and here's some of the things that you touched on. When you could computer generate a cartoon, who owns that cartoon? You can't copyright it
Right.
because a machine made it.
Right.
It's not made by a human.
Mm-hmm.
And as the laws stand right now, if something's made by a machine, it's not being able to be copywritten. It is public domain.
Right.
So you can't sell it. So why bother?
Yeah.
You can't make money off of it. I mean, you could,
People do.
but it's also, I find it unethical.
I can't disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
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 There's nothing upstanding about it. Let's put it that way. It's
And then
it's a big cheat in most respects.
and here's the other thing, like, if you sell it, what stops the person who made the initial thing that you made it on? What's going to stop him to say, I own that. You made
Right.
that on my machine.
Mm-hmm.
You made that with my software.
My tool.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. Well.
And I see these people running businesses and I'm like, I run a business too, and I had to learn marketing, and I had to learn sales, and I had to learn copy. Shouldn't you just learn something? And here's the idea: if I run my business by AI, whoever owns that AI software now has all the blueprints for how I run my business.
Right.
So who's to say they can't just shut me down and do it 10 times better?
Right.
You know? And a lot of guys, I don't think they understand that when it
No,
comes to business.
people don't, and there aren't any clear examples of that yet. But how can people like Elon Musk refuse the opportunity to make money off of somebody else's work?
Right?
I
Yeah.
think it's just a matter of time before, before those lawyers' letters fly, because somebody isn't making a few $100s, they're making a few $1 million on ideas that were generated by somebody else's tool. And yeah, somewhere along the way, they're going to want to start charging a toll for the work and for the effort. And what they are finding out now is that selling these things to businesses, because they do a lot of these generative AI systems and large language models, they make up so much material that they actually slow people down. Rather than being a productivity tool, it becomes this big drag, because you have to check everything that comes out of these models, because you can never tell ahead of time where it's going to simply start making stuff up. It's kind of nuts. And and so billions of dollars has been invested. Somebody's going to want their money back. How are they going to do that if the tool can't be sold to businesses? This isn't like Microsoft selling Excel spreadsheets, which were a productivity tool and have been for many, many years. AI isn't accomplishing that. It's a very different situation, but everybody's sitting around assuming that it's the next big thing, when in most respects, it doesn't work. Yeah.
What actually surprised me was last year and this year, the amount of people that said, "Oh, there's no AI," and then they would grab a card wherever I am to market, and
Really?
I have cards. And I was like, "Yeah, it's all art, no AI." They're like, "Oh, no AI," and they instantly grab one. And I'm like, "Oh,
How interesting.
yeah." I had never thought of that, and like, I shouldn't say I haven't thought of that. I would have never thought that would be the selling point
Right.
for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, it is.